Hey, we live. We live right now. Today is Cinco de Mayo, May 5th, 2024, Sunday. We're doing pretty good. I like to do that from time to time. I mean, all the time now. Trying to get my vocals right. I'm sitting more upright in the chair. We'll see how it works, but we're doing pretty good. We actually have a cup of coffee in front of us and all that good stuff. And we'll go from there, I guess, right? So, what is this? I don't like checking stuff when I'm doing my thing, but since I'm doing this in my computer, just thought I brought this damn thing. Doing this. I'm looking at actually my list of topics to talk about. Yeah, I think I got one. I don't know if I want to talk about that, but we're just gonna go ahead and talk about that because I start talking about coffee because I'm a coffee guy. And the only thing I should be talking about is coffee, right? We know that's not the case. So that's just the way I roll. Just gonna adjust this a little bit more. There we go. Turn that. And we're good to go. So today we woke up storming a little bit. Mostly everybody was in the bed. So it was pretty cool, you know. No complaints whatsoever. It's 9 o'clock. This is actually kind of late. Everybody's mostly up. My daughter's still sleeping in her room. I don't know what she's doing. She knows she needs to clean her room. Let me make sure she's off the device so she can come down and ask me for. Okay. Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, she's on it right now. So suspend now. Get her to clean her room and do her things. For what it's worth, we'll see if it really works. But I'm doing well. Family's doing well. Everybody was piled up in the bed. It was kind of cool. Don't get those moments too much. My son came into the bed because it was storming. The small dog was barking crazy. So, yeah, it was that. And then now, and then now, things are looking pretty good. The dogs are up. We went outside. I did my quick little squat workout. And I was done. That was it. Right? We're done with that. This is a fact about me, so to speak. I've been squatting for, let me see this guy. See how long he's been squatting for. It's about 1,600 days. I've been squatting for about 1,200 days. You know, it's 3 years, 3 years, something like that. And it's pretty cool. So yeah, even hotels, whatever, I do some type of workout, whatnot. But yeah, I've been squatting for 1,200 days. That's 360. That's 3 years. More than 1,200. I would say 1,300 days. You know, yeah, it's been cool. Yeah. So yeah, so that's what I've been doing and everything. I have a topic for my next video. Let's go ahead and check that. Let's go ahead and check that because I go back to YouTube. My last video got about 830. 830. Oh, there it is. No views. It just went live right now. So I'm going to actually play it for the algorithm. And we'll see. Okay, we're gonna play in the background. Let it do its thing. But yeah, so that's what I got going. Things are looking pretty good. I don't know really what I'm going to talk about today. I think I do have an idea. I do think I know what I'm going to talk about, but right now I'm just trying to gather some topics, some time, and all that good stuff of understanding what's going on with life, with all of it, and understanding the things that I want to do and understand, right? So, yes, let me go ahead and put this. Come on. Okay. Let me go to share messages. Go to Bonnie. There we go. Just sent it to her. Okay. So at least we'll get 2 views. I don't like to check the thing once it goes live and do its thing and all that good stuff, but it is what it is. We are doing our thing. I'm happy. Things are progressing, even though it's kind of weirdly progressing. You know, YouTube is doing pretty well. I did come up with a new system and now I got to work it. And I got an idea, at least for today. I did do another one already. So I think what I'll do is more than likely batch process those. Those are more so going to be podcasts anyway. So just really color grading and going from there. I do need to figure out the set that I'm going to be doing for the video today. I kind of got an idea of what I'm going to do. I did put a board in my in my stuff, you know. Yeah. So yeah, so it's going to be quite interesting the way we go about this and understand the things that we got to do. So yeah, I think I'm gonna get a 40 40-foot wood block. I don't want to get the same material that I already have because it's the same material that I already have. You know, trying to change it up a little bit, but I'm glad the material that I do have works out great because it's light. So I think I may get a white one, you know, not a black one. Black one is it's too black, unfortunately. The white one, you can see the stuff that's on the board because it's not a wood making type of YouTube channel anyway. It's about displaying the stuff that's on the actual table. So I think I'm leaning towards white. I'll look at it to see what it looks like on the bigger computer. All the stocks here. What's up, big dog? And yeah, I don't think this one's gonna be that long. I really don't. I'm kind of like all over the place. I got to set up another meeting with my brothers so we can have a talk. It's been over a month since we've had a talk. I think the last time was during when was that? It was something I can't remember. Turn on the mic. There we go. Hey. I don't know if I can still hear myself. Yeah, kind of. So yeah, so we haven't talked in a while, which is fine. That's not a problem. But you know, brothers group, we usually talk over Google Chat, and it's been a couple of weeks for sure. And the last time was Easter. I don't know when that was. I'm not really religious. That could be a topic for another day, but I'm not really talking about that right now. uh, so yeah. So yeah, so that's what we got going. Really trying to understand what's going on with that. Um, yeah, so I don't know what I'm going to talk about, but I think I do have a talk about. It's going to be more so like a rant, but I do. Let's talk about the kind of idea styles that I'm thinking about for the YouTube. I think that's going to be helpful because it's going to bring me into this stuff and give me more ideas and to go about doing my things. So my whole thing or ecosystem is all about giving back tips, tricks, a little bit about me, the business, and all that good stuff, right? Ultimately, yes, the goal is for people to feel comfortable to buy coffee from me, my company, right? And they can't really do that if they don't know who we are all about. This isn't so much like a trade secret or anything like that. People, businesses do what they want to do when it comes to, Dottie, come on, back up. What they want to do with their business, right? But since I've pivoted so many different times, I'm really trying to get to the point to where this does make sense for people. And it's not fake or anything. It's this is who I am. This is what I'm all about. Last video was pretty good. I think it's, let's see where we're at. Coffee. There we go. Okay. Got that one. Cool. Man, this is so crispy. So yeah, so that's what we got going. Played that all the way through. And then we're gonna keep it moving. Um, but yeah, it's really about having so many touch points and giving people so much information to where, yeah, eventually they will buy something from me. But that's really not so much the goal. The goal is to give back. I know that, and then what it does is it probably opens up another avenue or potential money stream from YouTube, from Amazon, not just selling stuff, products on Amazon, affiliates, and all that good stuff. But yeah, I'm just telling you, this is what I'm thinking about. These are the things that I'm really going about this. And I think this approach is more me. I'm not just saying that because I'm a cool, calm guy, but it's it's something that I do want to give back to people. A lot of times we are in a world to where we just see people just wanting to have a paywall and have nothing really to offer people. But it has to be worth their while, right? It has to be something that they want to do, like, and enjoy. I think the topic that I'm going to talk about kind of brings me into this light even more so. So, some of the things that I'm thinking about doing or am doing is, of course, this podcast. This is a way where you can understand what I'm doing in this world of podcasting or entertainment or knowledge base. Yes, from time to time, I do give you information about coffee, but this is not just a coffee podcast. This is more than that. That's more about my personality, things I care about, and all that good stuff, right? So, so now that we have that, it's still more so maturing into a way to where it's going to go. It's going to really be something incredible. It's already pretty incredible. And I like the fact that I can really enjoy myself and express myself and have fun with it, right? So now we have video podcasts. Video podcasts are something that I'm starting to do. And I've decided that for the most part, they're going to be separate from regular podcasts because it just, this this audio stuff is extremely intimate. And don't get me wrong, I will probably dabble into like saying that this is an audio and a video podcast, depending on the situation. But for now, that's kind of like where I'm thinking about, wondering about, and trying to understand even more so. So I do have a couple of topics here and there that's going to be video based, but yeah. So I think that's one of the things that I'm really looking forward to, is to express myself a little bit more as I do a video podcast, have different topics, different ways to go about it. And then also I can still make things out of those video podcasts. And that's the beauty of it. I can create blog posts, I can write blog posts, I can send them out to LinkedIn, and eventually I'll get back onto Instagram. I'm kind of thinking about a different way to go about it. But Instagram is crap to me. It's not really enjoyment that I get from it. I do have a presence on there, but not much of it, even with 2,000 plus people, but that doesn't really mean much to me. So I'm really trying to dig deeper into how that may look in testing out LinkedIn, right? So as I go about that and figure out things and have articles and have recipes and tips and all that good stuff and rants and things about coffee in general and a little bit more personality of what I'm trying to do, it gets to the point to where people will really gravitate and understand what I'm trying to do, right? And it's ability to where we will get to a place to where we do understand what's going on. For instance, I went to the park yesterday. With my doggie. We had a good time. We got there at a relatively later time than what I usually like to do. Again, I'm a loner, so if it was up to me, I would have got there at 7:00. Nobody's there. Let her off the leash, play a little bit, and then come back. But by the time we got there, there's people there, right? There's a lot of people, and they're just doing their thing. And believe it or not, that's one of the things that really gets me going. When you're talking to people outside and they are doing their thing and they're enjoying life and they're just out there on the weekend walking, either exercising, talking to other people, or whatever. It doesn't really matter. The part is that they're just out there. And eventually I will love to incorporate, put into motion the part that's local, is the whole, mental health type of thing around like walking. Because walking to me has changed my life. Walking is a big deal. It's where I get out of my head. Mostly, this is where I can really think about things. This is where I'm just doing me. And I do that quite a bit, especially with my dog, Alif. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. She's going to come over here. That's the way I call her. Or not. We'll see. But yeah, so it needs to be a whole ecosystem. And just kind of like, I've talked about this before, about the missions, the things that I like to do, want to do, and will do. So styles right now, what I have going is shorts, podcasts, video podcasts, and shorts can come from the long form, but I will also think about specific items and things for shorts. So I don't know what that may look like right now. I may kind of get some ideas from ChatGPT and then kind of do things that I want to do. So a lot of times it gives you like generic type of crap and you have to like weed through that. So the formats playlist that I'm thinking about doing right now is failure sessions. I need to come up with another name with that, but failure sessions, like things that I'm just trying out that I don't really have that many expectations, I have to think about that a little bit more as I go about this, right? BTS, I do have some BTS videos right now. And yeah, so that's going to be what it is. And then what's another one? Coffee Learning Series, which that's the one that I'm going to be talking about today, like finding sweetness. And that one's going to be about me tasting the coffee that's 4 weeks old and seeing what the next direction is going to be with it. That's going to be a video type of podcast, but it's going to be not a podcast. It's not a podcast. It's just a video. Okay. So got rants, coffee rants, whatever rants. That's what that's going to be. Okay. And then we got coffee experiments. That's going to be in the realms of equipment, brewing, and roasting, you know? So that could kind of like tie back into the failures of like things that I can do to change things to see if I can get what I want to do. And then questions from viewers, which has been a lot of fun actually. I've been enjoying that quite a bit. And I'm looking forward to kind of seeing where that is and all that stuff and seeing how that will help me grow and all that good stuff. But I've been really loving the questions. So I need to go about trying to get more questions from people and then keep it moving, keep it going. Most of them, I've been answering them on my audio podcast, which is fine. But I do want to be able to go ahead and figure out that more as I figure this out, right? So we'll see. We'll see how all that stuff works and all that good stuff. So what else? What else do we got? And then the last one is parallels with coffee. That's more so like the ribeye and Brazilian coffee, stuff like that. I think that'd be kind of dope to actually like record those and get those videos out, and then just kind of give my piece about things and correlations and stuff. So those are some of the things that I'm thinking about right now. So I will like kind of take those topics, not kind of, will do. I hate when people say kind of, but you're doing it, but whatever. I will take those topics and then go from there, right? So when I do that, it's going to be in a way to where I do understand what I'm trying to do, understand what I'm trying to give back to people. And then I can also, for sure, as I post these on YouTube, of course, I will have a presence on my website. And don't forget, I'll have a blog post on my website, which I'm starting to put out there now. And then I think I may play around with that a little bit today. I got one out today. I got like 15 or 20 right now. Then I'll make some more after this because of this episode. And then keep it pushing. So those are like more so the ecosystem of my stuff. And one of the things, this ties me into the topic for today, is balanced and flavorful. Let's see what I put on here. I put where is it? What is balanced and flavorful coffee? I actually have that on my bag, right? I do have that on my bag because it's true. I think majority of my coffee, especially Brazilian, it's very balanced and flavorful. And those are the things that I go for in coffee. And yes, to an extent, you can kind of push out what you want out of it. But for the most part, it is what it is. And depending on how you roast it, it's more so how you, I think in this case, it's more critical about, you can get nitty gritty about like which one is easier to do, whatnot. But if I stay with the medium roast, then I can more so kind of get the more balanced, flavorful cup. When you're playing with light roast, there's a lot of things that you have to do in order to get it there. But it can work, but a lot of times it can be extremely dull. But for instance, right now I am drinking this Peruvian. I haven't had it in a long time. And I was like, this coffee is the one that I can probably taste sweetness on. So it's a 68 in, 68 out. So what that means is that the whole bean reading is a 68% of color. And then the interior is the same, right? So after you grind up the coffee, it is essentially the same. So majority of people would think or say that that is a very evenly roasted coffee, which, yeah, it was, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean or relate to great flavor at times. 68% of roast degree is still a relatively light like coffee. It's not a light medium at all. It's kind of getting there. Probably a couple more degrees, a little bit more, and then it'll probably get more to a medium, the way I like a medium. The scale's kind of skewed to where if it's a 60 to them is like a medium, but that's more like that can be a verge on a barely dark roast. I don't know. Everybody has their own way of going about it, but I'm talking about me. I'm just talking about the way I look at it. But 68 is still really relatively high. I need to see what it is really again, because that's what I remember that it was. But it has some acidity on it, grapefruit on it, like not the good tasting grapefruit, the one that has like you're eating like the rinds of the grapefruit and whatnot. And yeah, so that's not the best part. That's not the good part about this coffee. And that kind of just takes over. I'm drinking it cold now because I didn't enjoy it when it was like that. And I kind of really don't enjoy it now. So the reason why I bring that up is because I keep constantly asking myself, what is balanced and flavorful? What does that really mean? What does that mean to the point to where it does make sense for people and people are getting that? And I'm going to have to take my idea, my logic, my reasoning into play. Is that not so much that my answer is the be all end all, right? But I am the roaster. I'm the one who actually does this all the time. I'm the one who roasts these beans and tastes them all the time and kind of have a different insight than other people, especially the ones that just drink coffee and keep it moving and keep it pushing, right? So now that I look at these beans and kind of analyze them for what they are, they've been about 2 weeks off roast. It's okay. It's okay, right? And that's not good. I think this one needs a little bit more longer roast to probably carve off a little bit of that grapefruity type of taste, you know? And you know, I have to try this again. I'm gonna try it as a medium roast, a true medium roast, and then I'm gonna try it again as a dark to see how those really play the flavor of a balanced cup. It doesn't taste salty. It just tastes that lingers. It just lingers too fucking long. It just lingers too long. It really does. I don't like that. And truthfully, this is the thing about this. This is where you can get into the weeds with this stuff because I'm using a Hario V60, right? It's a pour over. It has a big hole in the bottom, so it drains relatively fast. And I do about 4 to 5 pours, probably like a 12-13 ratio. So I probably need to open it up to get it to 1 to 15. But again, I talked about this many times. It's probably just the way I brew. Probably the way I brew doesn't bring out sweetness, doesn't give it more of a balanced cup. So now we're going in deep into the rabbit hole of like, what variables can you change with this coffee? How can you really look at this? How do we go about making this coffee great for everybody most of the time? And I think it's going to make me go absolutely crazy because I have to do this in order to give people balanced and flavorful. That means that I'm going to give them recipes, not guides. Guides are good. I love guides. I think guides are really where you want to be. But at least right now, it's important that you give people recipes, an actual thing that they can follow to mimic or give them the thing that they want to taste all the time in a cup and what I interpret as balanced and flavorful. So I'm going to have to like really go into the weeds of what that truly really means and understand and get to the point. And I think that's going to probably be a series that I work on as I go about this because it's extremely important to give people exactly what they paid for. You know, it's everything kind of comes back full circle, right? I'm talking about all the stuff I'm giving away and doing, and and showing appreciation towards people, towards coffee, and my insights in it. But again, it comes back to the whole thing of, oh, what is there out there for people? What is there that people can love and understand and gravitate to and truly get the thing that I'm trying to give them? Because that's really what it comes down to. I think it's extremely important that you go about this in a way to where people truly, really understand the things that you're trying to do and that they get it. They get the thing that you said that you were going to do. You don't want to bullshit people. You want to give them exactly the thing. I don't know. I think that could be just me just going crazy and kind of psychoanalyzing this thing to an extent and going really deep in the rabbit hole to where I don't need to. I told myself I need to slow down these podcasts, but now I'm just riled up and ready to go and thinking about this in a way to where it's so many things that I need to, want to, have to do. And if I don't, then I feel even more like a loser. I'm not a loser. Don't get me wrong. I know my self-worth and all that, but you get what I'm saying. It's like I need to be able to give people the thing they came here for. And that's one of my biggest gripes, especially with dealing with a couple of these companies, is that they say this, they do that, and then once that thing just breaks, I think I do have an advantage here because coffee is coffee, right? So after a week or two, you're done with that coffee, or even a month if you get a big bag and you take it slow. But yeah, so I think that's going to be helpful. Hopefully we'll see what the other person thinks about the coffees and all that, and see if she's cool with my offerings of kind of, helping me out that way. But yeah, so that's kind of like where I'm at right now. Really trying to think this stuff through. Really trying to understand that this is going to be amazing. This is going to be something that I am truly on fire with. And I'm trying not to rush it too much, but it's one of those things to where I'm finding my groove, finding real momentum, finding my schedule, the way I work, and really getting to the point to where I am understanding the greatness of what we're trying to do here. Right. So that's my biggest thing. And I'm trying to understand that. And I'm really just trying to get better. And believe it or not, these are some of the things that I actually go through a lot of times when I walk and I do privately. And now that I'm expressing myself, putting that out there to the point to where you are getting this and you're understanding all the stuff that I'm doing. If you want to go about understanding the things that I'm trying to do, or really kind of go deep into that rabbit hole, that's great, right? But now that I'm expressing myself and sharing that, it's a different way. It's a different animal. It's a different beast of kind of really trying to understand what people are trying to do, what we're trying to do, trying to experience, and trying to really get out there. So yeah, I think that's it. And there's this coffee, this Peruvian needs some work. Not in this particular style that I'm drinking it right now. Probably I should test myself a little bit. That could be a failure right there. Trying to make this Peruvian taste good as a light roast. I think that's a good topic right there in itself. Because it's not tasting good. It's not working out. Uh-oh. I got an angry monkey. Angry. She's cute. She's very cute. Love her. She's come down because I turned off her time. What's up? You clean your room?
No.
Okay.
I'm kind of bad.
Okay, clean your room. Well, I'm not meanie. I love you. I do. Oh, she's so awesome. Even when she's angry. I know she calls me angry all the time, but it's all good. But yeah, so that's what I got for you. I thought I was going to do another 10 minutes. These are getting longer and hopefully more information that's being spewed out to you in a way to where hopefully it does help you and the things that you are doing in your life. If it is just coffee, that's great. Probably this talk, which I don't know how it can actually help you in your ritual, but it's still something that I think is going to be extremely helpful for you, right? And it's going to get to the point to where you are going to be in a place and the light and understanding that, wow, this guy's absolutely nuts. And he's talking about things that he is trying to really try to understand with others and people, and trying to give out just information and go about it in that way, in a cool way. And hopefully it helps others. So that's what I got for you. We are done right now. I am going to try something before I go on my trip in June, end of June, which is do a whole week of just vlogging or podcasting. At least 7 days of podcasting. That would be interesting and challenging, but I think that would be a lot of fun. So we're just going to be talking and seeing things and going from there. So I'm rambling now. So talk to you later. Bye.